Before we begin, we want to acknowledge that our Kelly has been convicted of child sexual abuse and is currently serving over 30 years in federal prison. This episode focuses strictly on the music, specifically 12 Play and its impact on 1990s R&B.
Our first edition of Halftime Chat R&B podcast of the year. We had to play a little disclaimer at the beginning, which we don't normally do, really to bring the focus of today's episode back to the music. And I think prior to the trial, we were very much of a innocent to proven guilty, but we can't negate the music, and so we are separating the two this evening and going to be focused on that. And Jacci McGhee will be joining us shortly. Intro out the way. Stevie, how are you doing this? Happy New Year to you.
Thank you very much, sir. Happy New Year to you, and obviously to all our regular listeners, watchers, viewers, any new ones. All the best to you all the best to you all, genuinely. You know what I mean? It's just great to see you on the other side. Here we are entering a new year. I don't know about New Year's resolutions, how you feel about all that, whether you've got any. Let's see what this year brings, you know.
Yeah.
We had a really prolific year on the podcast, and I hope we can just keep it going, you know.
Definitely.
Week in, week out, knocking these Sunday night lives out. Let's just keep going as long as we can, really, till all these big albums run out. I'm sure at some point the oil's going to run out, guys. You know.
And we invade another podcast.
Luckily, we won't be invading Venezuela, but you know,
yeah. David, welcome. Derek out of Minneapolis, welcome. Isaiah, welcome. Jiz, welcome as well. Happy New Year to all of you. We should be joined by Jacci McGhee shortly, and we are going to be taking a deep dive into the 12th Play album when she joins in. It's been, when we think about DJ All Day, welcome as well. Yes, I'm definitely looking forward to. I mean, this month of January, we've got a number of big things coming up. The next week is the Albie Show Sexy Verses. Then the week after that, it is Brandy and Aaliyah's debut albums going head to head. So we're not messing around. What did you make? And Mac as well. Music tips and reviews welcome as well. What did you make of 12 Play when it first came out?
It was a huge album, Namdi. Huge album. And disclaimer, you know, Jackie's picked this album this evening. We have in the past offline talked about how if we ever do discuss R. Kelly albums, how we would go about it. But Jacci McGhee's just kind of blown that out the water now by going, let's do 12 Play. So, and I have noticed, I don't know about you, but I've noticed on social media the last 2 or 3 months, people have actually started posting R. Kelly's music again. I don't know whether it's a new trend, or maybe people just miss his music, because I knew eventually that would happen. Once we all gotten over the shock and what happened with his court case and the backstory and what, you know, and hearing all the, you know, the victims' stories and everything. Once we'd gotten over that and the dust had settled, then people would eventually start posting his music again. I mean, we have to separate both. We've got to do that. But I just really, like you say, at the time, 93, when this album came out, it's one of the biggest albums that year. You know, I mean, he did kind of change his direction from the Public Announcement album, which was more New Jack, and he went more with the sex thing, pretty full on with the sex lyrics. Actually,
Yeah.
So, you know, it was like, and the image as well. there was a big image change, and we kind of know where he got that from. Anyone who's watching this now knows how big that album was back then.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that out of his probably first 6 albums, it was probably my least favorite. I think I preferred. Yeah, I think I preferred Born in It. I think I prefer. I mean, and I was looking through, and I think my favorite would be the R. Kelly album, and then I think followed by the R album. Actually, that's a very big toss up. I mean, I think maybe the R album and the because it was a double CD, then the R. Kelly album, then I probably would go with so this was my least favorite out of his first 5 or 6. After the 2002, I kind of stopped following the music stuff. But I think this was his direction shifted. I think after this album, he thought, I'm not going to. Yeah, Chocolate Factory was also a dope one. I think he decided, well, I'm not going to follow in Aaron's footsteps. I'm going to branch out separately. And there were 1 or 2 tracks that I instantly thought this was Guy. This was him trying to be Aaron. And I think after this album, I mean, I as I said, I think after this album, he thought, okay, I'm going to have my own lane. He knew what worked, and went on that. Here is she.
Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. I was in the studio with Herb Middleton, and I was like, Herb, I gotta go. I gotta go get him. I'm sorry. Hi, Stevie. Hi, Namdi.
Good evening. Happy New Year to you.
Amen. Is it happy yet?
Is it what?
Is it happy yet?
Of course.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
They doing all kind of stuff. I'm sitting now. See, I'm in my house and I'm sitting down in a chair and I gotta change chairs because y'all can't see me. Wait a minute.
Okay, yeah, because
I'm too low. I'm too low in one chair. Let me see if this one make me higher. Hold on.
Goodness.
Hold on, y'all.
Yeah, teach.
Okay. Does this make me higher? Can y'all see me better?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if you want to bring your camera down slightly and.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Let me see if my thing.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
No,
we good right here?
Okay. Yes. Okay. So no, we were just going through. I was telling Stevie and our community who are watching and listening in that actually I was out of his first 5 albums. This particular album wasn't my favorite. I preferred the R. Kelly and the R and even Born into the 90s. What did you make of 12 Play?
Me?
Yes.
Okay, so I got to keep it 100. 12 Play. I love 12 Play. It was a very sexual album, though, and in the 90s when it came out. No, I'm being serious. In the 90s when it came out, I just think that. How do you explain this? So it was probably the most sexual part of my life. So every song was like, oh, that's a good song. That song is good. Because when you're younger and you live in your, 20s and to your late 20s and whatever, you just doing whatever, do everything wrong. And it's always some songs that grabs your attention. And Bump and Grind grabbed my attention. Seems Like You're Ready grabbed my attention. But what I can say, did I think that the record was sexual? Yes, from the beginning, from the door. I thought the record was real sexual. I was like, and then of course R. Kelly's a genius, but at the same time, I know Aaron very well. Aaron Hall is my brother, one of my close friends. And I did feel that R. Kelly, took his sound, it's like snatched it. So, you know, I was kind of in my feelings about that, but I still loved the 12 play album regardless. I just loved it. But go ahead, y'all go next.
Just before we started, for those who kind of started at the very beginning, would have seen a little disclaimer that we had, and which said that we have acknowledged that actually, unlike before when we've spoken about him, this time he's been convicted. He's now serving time in prison, and so we are not making any light of that, and we're not here to say to focus on him, but we're focusing on the music. That said, I think for the little time I tell people that I worked at Edmonds Entertainment around 2001, and the little time I worked in the music industry, there was so much that I got exposed to. Stuff that we heard about Diddy, I heard back in 2001, 2000. And there are other people who will soon get named that I heard about. So, and it shocked me hearing about all that stuff 20 plus years ago. And I think, you know, it's funny that those of us those outside of the industry, we get drip fed stuff and we're like, oh goodness, but those inside would know about this stuff, and more people ahead of time. And so, and I think that's why I'm a little bit I'm saying that a lot of our favorite artists, if they spill the beans on what's going on behind the scenes, everyone will be shocked. And
Yep.
you know, so there's dirt in everyone. The unfortunate, no, I won't say the unfortunate ones, those who seem to no longer play the game or something like that will get exposed and thrown out. Hence the two last, Diddy and R. Kelly. You're an artist. I'm sure there's more that you could probably say on this about how others might have other skeletons in their closet, but they're still managing to keep it under wraps.
Most, to be honest, most great producer artists have skeletons, you know, and the record labels know your skeletons and they do cover up and they hide stuff and they know about it. My thing is, um the stuff that, like you said, you knew things before they came out years later. You just like, I saw the videos in the record at the record label, you know, um, and nobody said anything. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing was done at that time. So they're gonna cover up for a whole lot of people. It's a whole lot of people with dirt in their closet, a whole bunch of skeletons. But at the end of the day, you know, record labels are gonna do what they have to do to make the money. That's all they care about. It's not about what you do. They don't care how dirty you are, what you do behind closed doors, what they, you know, get you into. Because yes, it's parties you go to, you know, record label parties, whatever. It'll be table full of cocaine, it'll be ecstasy, it'll be all kind of stuff. And you know, people try to hide that, but that's the life. You know, it was a rock thing at first, and then it became, I mean, R&B people did it. We know that the R&B people did it back in the day too, but it was bigger with the rock artists, you know, the whole drug, sex, and everything else. But it poured over into hip hop. Um, Hip hop had a message at first, you know. R&B always been in and out of being, you know, shady a little bit. But I just think that we have so many skeletons in our closet from hurts and pains that people go through in their childhoods, you know, being molested or being, you know, being abused some type of way. And a lot of artists, um, be they can bring out the best of them in their music because they can pour out their hurts and their pains and their sexual fantasies and XYZ in their music. And then when, you know, we find out when the public finds out the real deal, they're like, oh, I can't believe he did that. I can't believe she did that, you know. But it's like it's a whole bunch of y'all out here doing that, and it's it's a lot of people that are ready to throw stones that are doing it too. You know what I mean? Because we need healing. So breaking down this 12 play record, to me, R. Kelly is a genius. He has a gift, regardless of what he did with his gift. You know, he wrote so many songs that he wrote so many dope songs that it was ridiculous. And even the stuff that he came, up with, and all of a sudden he done brought back um what's his name from the Isley Brothers? Oh my gosh.
Oh, Ron
Um
Isley. Yeah, Ron
Ron
Isley.
Isley,
Yeah,
and
to revive their career because they then took off after that.
yes. So his the stuff that he was doing with the videos and everything was genius. I mean, it was genius. We can't deny R. Kelly of that. You know what I mean? We can't deny him of his genius. Um, but seeing his hurts and his pains and the stuff that he went through um as a child that poured into his adult life and had him, doing these things to other kids. That's not good. It's not good to see that. But I blame it on all the parents too. So, and Jackie said
Okay,
it.
okay. So back to the music though. Stevie, I mean, knowing that you came from a New Jack's kind of background with 12, born into the 90s, did you then think did you appreciate this as much as you did born into the 90s?
Well, yeah, because 93 was like, there was a change then. I didn't realize it, but the swing was, I thought swing beat would continue, but you could tell there was an overflow of swing, bit of swing in this album. But it was kind of 93 was the Jeep beat year. There's a guy who doesn't, the real hardcore R&B heads know this name, but I think he's instrumental in the changing sound of R. Kelly. A guy called Peter Morcran, because not only did he mix and engineer a lot of the R. Kelly sound, songs like It Seems Like You're Ready is Peter Morcran sound to me, because he went on and did a lot of remixes during the 90s that had that exact sound. So that, for him being on board this album was pretty big. But like I say, it's 93 is a transition year into, because after it all went slow jams after this. After 93, 94, it was all, you're getting 18 track CD slow jams. The big question for you, Jackie, is though, why did you pick this album? I'm just like, knowing everything you talk about and what you stand for now. I was like, what, Jackie's picked this album? I was stunned.
Because it's controversial. And I think that it's always good to pick records that are controversial. Like, y'all can't just play it safe, Namdi and Stevie. Y'all can't just play it safe. You got to go to the ones that, that's going to raise an eyebrow. And that, how many people that I know from the 90s was ridiculously crazy about this record? I'm talking everybody that I know was crazy over this record. When this album came out, it was like, yo, did you hear the R. Kelly joint?
It was huge in that year.
It was huge. So how can you not do a countdown on this? I mean, like I said, it's
just before you came on, I was saying to Namdi, I've noticed in the last 2 or 3 months, especially on social media, people have started to post his music again. It's almost it's becoming semi-acceptable now to start posting his music, whereas before it was like posting ridicule stuff of him. But now I think, I don't know, are people just missing his music, do you think?
Did people take down Puffy's music?
I don't know. Are they missing his music?
That's what I'm saying. People can't be, we just gonna, throw R. Kelly stuff away. And then when this stuff go down with Puff, then you're not taking Puffy records off. So if that's the case, if you're gonna be throwing rocks, like I said, because we throw stones, and including me, and then I get in trouble with the Most High and I gotta fix it. We have to be fair. So I think that R. Kelly's music should still be playing now. Yeah, we had to heal. You know, we had to heal because we were mad. We had attitudes. We definitely had attitudes. We wanted to go, you know, go in his throat for that. Like, but if you're gonna still play some Puff joints, you gotta play R. Kelly joints. I'm just saying.
I saw a video of this white pastor. I think he was in the South, and he started to he read the words of "I Believe I Can Fly," and he said his
I saw that.
10-year-old daughter, something like that, was said to that how that's one of her favorite songs because she recently watched Space Jam, and then the guy was saying that you can have the guy who the guy was flawed, R. Kelly, he has his flaws, but the inspiration to write the track that says, look, you can pick up, you can do what you can't do. I loved I Wish. I Wish that off his TP2 album. You can't take away the gift, the penmanship and all this stuff. But a lot of them, from Elvis, all these people, if they didn't cover it up because we wouldn't understand how flawed they are. The Beatles, all of these guys. It's just the fact that it's like when you make money, you just keep it as it is. And even after death, you just keep it as it is because it's making you money. And he's written his autobiography, and I did a podcast with Woody from formerly of Drew Hill, and we spoke about how, as a therapist, I deal with people who have been abused, and 9 times out of 10 they are going to abuse others because unless they get their help, because it's a cycle, generational curse that keeps going on. And until you break that cycle, it will continue. And so, but Barry Hankinson, who was his first manager, who brought his niece, Barry Hankinson's sister is Ilya's mom. He saw everything, but he saw that, wow, this guy's so talented. I don't care what he does with my niece, as long as he makes his money. That's so everyone enabled that behavior. And that is the sad thing for all of them, is that they enabled it until they got what they wanted. And then, he was the one who turned in the first trial R. Kelly had and he said it was his twin brother who was in the video. It was the manager, because R. Kelly had separated from him. And so he turned that in. So everybody is part of this industry. And you know what? And as I said, when we don't condone any of the behaviors, but we have a gift and the music are things that we're looking at. Yes. So
you hit it right on the head. But let me tell you what you said about that.
I don't know.
Wait, I'm sorry, Stevie. I wanted to say about that pastor that you were saying. I didn't like what he said on that interview because he made it like R. Kelly was this monster, and from this beautiful song that he wrote, and he was talking against R. Kelly like he was this monster. And I'm like, but it's the people that own the record labels. That's the people that own the record labels. They're the ones that allow this. But you making your daughter, he could have took it. He didn't have to say what he said. But go ahead, Stevie. I'm sorry. I didn't like what that pastor said.
No, there's a few artists in the UK from the 70s that the music doesn't get played now because of what they've done. And I'm not going to mention names. It's no different to this. But their music they've been cancelled, and they've run to countries like Cambodia and places like that to stay out of the way. And they're still doing what they did in the 70s, which is, messing around with underage children. But the music's and in this situation, it's no different, but they're still playing the music. But with these other people from the 70s, they have been completely cancelled. So,
Okay.
It's what the public feel, isn't it, at the end of the day? It's what the public feel.
It's definitely. I remember. I can't remember who it was. It was like when Donald Trump got convicted of whatever it was. They're like, and he didn't get sentenced, or was it tax evasion? I can't remember what it was. And then they said, well, if the president has a criminal record, we can start. I think it was on Saturday Night Live. He said, yeah, we can now start playing R. Kelly. It's almost
That's
like
right.
he said the bars have been lowered. It's like anything can happen. But the album itself went 6 times platinum in America. And I do remember when it first came out, because so 93, I was living in, for anyone who I probably doesn't know, but I was I was going to college in Selma, Alabama. And I remember when the album came out, and it started off with Sex Me. That was the first video. And that was very much of the sound, H-Town were doing that kind of grimy kind of stuff. It was Jodeci's type of stuff. So that was the sound that was really dominating the airplay. And then it came out Pump and Grind. It did okay. I'm sure they weren't thinking much of it. And then the remix of Pump and Grind came out. And for some reason, I never understood it, but that just went to number 1. It almost became, it's like when Prerogative came out and the Don't Be Cruel album just exploded. It's something about Bump and Grind, the remix, that just exploded. That everyone it was almost like everyone came out of the woodwork, says, oh, it's okay to stop talking about sexual fantasies and enjoying that. And it just catapulted the album, and that became Mr. Bump and Grind guy. And that's why I said, if you listen to the R. Kelly album and the R album, he stayed in that lane. That Seems As You're Ready and Sex Me and Bump and Grind just stayed in that type of, okay, let me do the bulk of my music because I think I've got an audience that appreciates what I do. And then, Changing Faces, Stroke You Up, and all the stuff he was writing for other people. Even when he did a remix for Janet Jackson's Anytime, Any Place, it was based on Seems Like You're Ready. Even Down Low, No One Has to Know. All the how he uses the keyboards and stuff. Even the whole Isley Brothers or the Kelly Price stuff. All of that vibe, he just said that was his lane, and people just appreciated that. Yeah.
Again, that was that guy Peter Mockran.
I just looked as a white guy. My goodness.
Yeah, he came along, and it's a bit like Soul to Soul and Jazzy B. There was a white guy in that called Simon Law, and some of the really classy sound of Soul to Soul. It come through Simon Law. He was like a piano player, but like I say, there's an unsung musician here who don't get the credit. Peter Mockran, who brought that sound into our I think anyway. But maybe we should ask one day. We'll never know.
Yeah, no, definitely. Okay, so Jackie, I mean, starting off, do you want to go from 12 down to 1?
Are we doing the whole 12?
Oh, did you just want to do a top 10, or what did you have? What did you? Okay, yeah, okay. So what
I
stuff?
I did 10.
Yeah,
okay. Okay. Let me see.
Yeah, start with 10 because then it means that people wouldn't know what number 1 is, because it could be so that's fine. So
okay. So this is not a song. I don't think it's a song, but it's not a song. The one that's called the Untitled Song?
Untitled Song?
Yes, and yes, near the end of the album.
Yes. And it all is singing is 12 play. Give me a little 12 play. I like that. I liked it like it was a song.
Which one?
Like a real song.
It's like it's a mashup of all the other songs, isn't it?
Yeah, and it is.
Like
but just because it, started like that, I liked it. So
no, are you not talking about 12 play itself, the track?
Which one is the last one?
12 play.
Which one was the last one on
the album? It's 12 play.
Yeah, so maybe it is called 12 play.
It is, yeah.
The
So
song.
yeah, so yeah.
12 play, give me a little 12 play.
Yeah.
That's my number 10.
Okay.
On streaming, they've titled it Untitled Song.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. On the album, I got the
thought
album.
It was called 12 play too, and I was like, well, maybe I was wrong all this time.
On the album, it is called 12 play. Yeah. Okay. The song is 12 play. Yeah, David. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's the title track. Yeah. Okay. Stevie, what did you get as your number 10?
I started at number 10 with a song that doesn't really sound like anything else on the rest of the album. And I've kind of ranked this album how I used to listen to it back then rather than what stood the test of time. So it's about how I would play it back then. All my favorite songs first, going to the last, and I kind of end my listening experience with this song because it's the least. Well, it isn't really a sexual song or love. It's about his mum, isn't it? Is it Sadie? His mum. So yeah, that's the song that I went with at number 10. That the last song I'd play on this album.
Okay.
It is a very heartfelt song. So it's a really good song, but I just didn't play it much back then because I think you have to be in a certain mood to play it, to listen to it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I've.
We know it wasn't. You weren't in that mood, Stevie.
I didn't buy this album for that kind of mood. I knew why I was when I wanted to play this out because I was in a certain mood, and it wasn't tracks. But
that was right.
It's a great track.
It's not sexual. It's not sexual, Stevie. Go ahead, man.
It's not sexual. Okay. For me, I've my number 10 was I think it was like a rap. Back to the Hood of Things.
Back to the Hood of Things.
Back to the Hood of Things. That's my jam. Go ahead.
Yeah. Back to the Hood of Things. Yeah. I guess because I think it felt like he wasn't too sure of what he was looking at doing because he didn't know what, this is his first debut album as a solo artist without public announcement. And I think I heard the story about how he came up with the concept of 12 play was when they were opening up for Levert, that they weren't getting the crowd going as much. And then he started to come up with this 12 play theme about this is what I'm going to do. And that got the audience like, oh my goodness, he'd come up with this whole theater stuff. And so he decided, okay, I'm going to write and do an album which would be almost like a playlist of what I'm going to do. And so I think, but then he was still not sure if this was, do I make it up tempo? Do I make it slow jams and stuff? And so, yes, Back to the Hood of Things, almost like he got his friends, okay, let's all rap on this. Not too bad, but it's not number 10 for me.
I like that track.
I do too, Stevie. I like the song.
What goes to number 9, Jackie?
My number 9 is Freak That Body.
Freak That Body.
Okay.
I mean, because
baby,
I felt
let me freak that.
But because like I said, the album was a little sexual to me, so everything was freaked out and what I want to do and da 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 da. So, Freak That Body for me was like I liked it, but it's not one of them joints I would have just let me play this right. Let me just play this all day. It wasn't that for me.
Okay. Freak That Body. Okay, Stevie, what did you get from the 9?
I originally had this at number 11, and I've made the decision to bump it up to number 9 because I did listen to it so much back then. I mean, I cringe now when I listen to this. Oh no, this is just like, this is cringy. It's cringing me. But at the time, I loved this because it's probably the most New Jack sounding track on the album. But the lyrics are just, they sound terrible. I like the crotch on you. I like the crotch. I mean, gosh, it's cringe now, isn't it? But it was like I say, I used to play it so much back then. I loved this track back then, but now I can't do it. I just can't. I can't do it. But, so it's number 9.
That is actually that is actually my number 9 as well.
Wow,
but it did remind me of almost like he was. I think was it this one? Yeah, I think it was one of the tracks that it felt like he was trying to sing like Aaron. Um,
On this, I like the crotch.
yeah, I felt like he was trying to sing like Aaron on it.
On that one.
On it. Yeah, I think that there's two songs that felt like he was trying to imitate Guy, and that's gonna be my next one, number 8. But I like the cartoon. I listened to it. And I'm thinking that yeah, it sounded like he was singing in that Aaron's kind of voice,
Kind of
and
like
yeah, that sound. That's how I felt about that as well. But yeah, that's my number 9. I like
I'm
the
just
cartoon.
interested.
Wow.
Have you two seen or heard? Because the track that I felt he most imitated Guy and Bobby Brown was a few years before his debut album. He never made. It was called "Why You Want to Play Me." It was like it wasn't even signed to Jive Records. It was on an independent label. It was about 89, 90. It just came out. It's on a little small town label, Tab Dash. There's the videos on YouTube, and it does look like My Prerogative, Guy. It's the most Guy Bobby Brown sounding track you'll ever hear.
We gotta pull that up.
You'll have to listen to that.
Yeah, we
Reese,
gotta pull that up.
our friend Reese.
I'm
Jackie,
sorry. Did you say Namdi?
I said Reese.
What?
Can you see him on the screen?
No.
you
Hi,
sort of
Reese.
Let's say, what's up, man? My track number 1 all time is Your Body's Calling. So this is Reese. Remember when we did the interview, Stevie, about the music industry and stuff?
That's producer
Producer
Declare.
Declare,
Reese
yeah.
Johnson.
Yeah.
That's my bestie.
yeah.
But hey Reese, you know I love you, boo. I agree with Stevie on that song. I like the crotch on you. It didn't even make my list because I thought it was very cringy. I ain't like that either, Stevie. I agree with you. It was nasty. I was like, what? Okay.
Mentally Gifted Men. That was the group, Stevie.
Yeah, MGM.
MGM, yeah.
Because his first album said R. Kelly and MGM, didn't it? No, it didn't. He said R. Kelly in Public Announcement, but that record was R. Kelly. Yeah, thanks for correcting me on that. R. Kelly and MGM.
Yeah, it was MGM.
Why You Want to Play Me? Go on after
Yeah.
this podcast. Go on YouTube that. Watch the video, and you'll be stunned because that was him being
Wow.
that guy, Bobby Brown. I love that track. You know, I absolutely love that track.
So, Jackie, what's number 8 for you then?
Back to the Hood of Things.
Okay.
I like Back to the Hood of Things because it had that like you said, that sound. Back to the Hood of Things, like you. It had that. I like that song.
Yeah. Okay, Stevie, what did you have for number 8?
Again, what Jackie said, Back to the Hood of Things. I think it was this was the Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince moment for R. Kelly. It reminds me of what they do. Back to the. I know Will Smith wasn't Hood, but it just reminded me of Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince. We were on the same label, and they were having massive hits at the time as well during this time with the Code Red album. So all kind of it was just a great time period. Great. I remember when I actually bought the vinyl of this. I remember paying.
Wow.
The double vinyl was £5.99. I don't know how much it is now. It's going to be expensive now, but it was like they just wanted to sell as many records as they could in the UK, and I think they just did them so cheaply to just get his name out there. £5.99 for his double vinyl album. I never see it now. You might see this, but you don't see the vinyl. So it might be quite a pricey album.
Yeah,
I'll check on Discogs actually.
Jack, we've got our friend out in France, Miss Vanier, saying Happy New Year, everyone. Please tell Jackie I love her, and to this day she's on my playlist, especially the Family Stand tracks.
Oh, thank you, love. Thank you, Dad. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. And people be sleeping on that Family Stand Connected album. That's a hot album. Thank you, love. I appreciate you. Keep it going for me, please.
Number 8 for me was the song that I felt it was almost like he listened to Let's Chill and thought, let me try and do my own version of it. I wonder if anyone knows what track is as close to Let's Chill, both vocally and production wise, which is very different from what R. Kelly normally does on the album. There's a track that
Are you asking us what
Yeah,
we
I'm
think?
asking everyone before I bring out what's my number 8. But there's a track that is his. It is like a B version of Let's Chill, and his production is very much like a Teddy's production, and his singing was
I
very
think
much.
I know which one it is. I think
Which one do you think?
it's For You.
Yes,
That's
that
what
is
I
good.
said. I
Yeah.
was gonna
Great
say it's
record,
for
that.
you.
Yeah. So that was I listened to it and I said, "Oh goodness, that's
That's all
yeah." So
day,
it seemed like, well, let me see
all
if I
day.
can still use the Aaron and then let's just Teddy stuff. But yeah, it's different. I
He
mean, 'cause-
sounds just like Aaron
yeah,
on that
for
song,
you,
like
yeah,
so much.
yeah, it's for you. So number 8 for me. As I said, different. Yeah, it's for you. That was the track that I felt like it was like if you were trying to make Less Chill, but not a B version of it and imitate Aaron, that was it. So for you is number 8 for me.
Wow, that's a you at the bottom. You got for you at the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Wow, I'm surprised. Hey, Dandy, I got my eyes on you.
Okay, so Kelly was saying that for you was originally written for the Born into the 90s. There was a 91 demo version of the tape, but it was replaced with Dedicated.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh,
So it made sense that actually it came out. If it was done in 91, that was very close to when the Let's Chill Guy album.
right,
And so it was
right,
like, oh, let me try. That seems to be the song. So let me try and do a version. This to make sense.
right. That makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Oh, okay. Look at M
Still a
Mac was
dope
just
song.
saying that I just realized a couple of months ago that he was spelling husband in for you. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I need to listen to that again. I
Me
didn't realize
too.
that. I
He
didn't
was
realize.
he was spelling what? He was
Husband.
spelling husband.
Husband, yeah.
Oh, now I gotta go back and listen. See how we missed all kind. Thank you, whoever said that.
M Mac,
For
yeah.
thank you. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Yeah, no,
Crazy.
clean music lover. I think it's just said it's if you think of how he sang it, very Aaron like, and the production also is not a, it wasn't a very R. Kelly type production. It just sounded very off, and I found that I said like it did just give me. If you listen to it and think of Less Chill, you might see the connection.
You
Yeah,
see it. You do. You hear it. I mean, you
yeah,
don't see it. You hear
you can hear it.
it.
Yeah.
You do.
And a man named Hawk, he used to be called D Hawk. He said that the remixes really made the album. I think this probably was an album that the remixes took the album to another level. Because even
Another
Summer
level.
Bunnies was a remix. It was almost like he just did remixes that just really made it different. Yeah. All right. So, Jackie, number 7.
Did Stevie do his number 8?
Yeah, he said. See,
Back
what was your,
to the Hood of Things was my number.
back to back to
Oh,
Hood of
back to the things was just okay. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Number 8.
My number 7
7.
is Homie Lover Friend. That was my joint.
Okay.
Me love a friend.
Homie Lover Friend. Hey, that was my, I don't know
Okay.
what that reminded me of. Like y'all were talking about how some of the stuff reminded y'all of, Will Smith stuff with what's his name? The
Jazzy
DJ, I'm
Jeff?
sorry. Jazzy Jeff. To me, for some reason, Homie Lover Friend reminded me of stuff that they do. I don't know why. It just to me, I
Yeah,
don't know, maybe because I thought about the Will Smith video, that he did, and he had the whole party going on,
not summertime or
barbecue. Yeah, summertime.
I'm
So,
thinking of the
but
one. Okay.
it doesn't sound like it, but it reminded the feel of it to me reminded me of Homie Lover Friend for some reason. I don't know why. It just does.
Yeah.
I know it's weird.
Okay.
I know it's weird.
Did Teddy do a remake of any of R. Kelly's tracks? I thought he did.
Did he? I don't know.
Okay. Remix. Okay. Yeah. No. I just thought. Who did that? Okay, that's fine. Stevie, what did you get for number?
I'm just looking at the price actually of the vinyls because obviously I'm out and about a lot at the moment in record shops, vinyl hunting, and I'm getting a good idea of vinyl prices. So for a very good condition, you're looking at between £60 and £80 for this album at the moment, and
For the album.
I doubt it will ever get repressed and put out again because of his situation. I doubt, it'll go through RCA, won't it? I think they own a lot of the Jive stuff. So, and there's several big albums, R&B albums from the early 90s that are just the vinyls that are ridiculous. They need repressing. Like SWV, first album only ever got pressed in the UK, £200 now. That's like $250. So it needs repressing. Something like that needs repressing and reissuing, where something like this, because of what he's done, probably won't get a read. So if you see this on vinyl at a good price, buy it, because they're going to get extinct eventually. Anyway, my number, they'll just disappear. Right, number 7 for me is the track you were just talking about, Namdi. It probably would be a lot higher for me now because it does stand the test of time. Back then, it would have been a number 7 track. It's a great track for you. I think it's a brilliant track. Really classic.
Wow.
Okay.
And it would be, because it does really sound well, it would be a lot higher. It'd be in the top 5 now, easily. But back then, it would have been a number 7.
Okay. My number 7, and I didn't realize this. So everyone, that's why when we do this live, we've got music lovers and then encyclopedias watching in. Summer Bunny's Lover Man's Picnic extended mix was remixed by R. Kelly, Teddy Riley, Dave Wynn, and Sprague.
Oh, okay. Dave Wynn. That's my boy too.
So I'm thinking, and our guy Malik Jefferson is on here tonight. This is his favorite album, but he has it on his website. If you ever go to Malik's website, he has every single 12-inch, 16-inch, whatever inch versions of it he's uploaded on his website. So any mix you want. So I'm just looked on his site, and he has the R. Kelly Summer Bun, and he puts in the credit notes as well. So yeah, Teddy. I wonder how maybe the paycheck came through, and because I know he once said in an interview that when R. Kelly did Vibe and said you could be my teddy bear, he felt that he came after Aaron and came after him. But I think all that was put aside. But number 7 for me is Summer Bunny's album version, not the remix version. It's just based on the album version. That made number 7 for me. I mean, the video remix was probably, the remixes were better. And he did a lot better stuff with his remixes, but number 7 was the album version of that for me. Yes. Okay. So number 6.
Okay. Number 6. My number 6 is your number 7. Summer Bunnies.
Okay.
I like Summer Bunnies. I'm with you, but I like you said, I didn't really hear all the remixes or whatever, but I like the album version of Summer Bunnies.
Yeah, I think I didn't realize he did one with Aaliyah, and I saw her singing in the background, but I didn't like that version of it. But yeah, the album version was nice.
Yeah, in the 90s they were doing like 23,000 remixes. Come on.
Well, we had Father MC. He said they did up to 70 remixes of one. I can't remember.
Freedom Light.
Stevie, what was the song? Because he had the singles. Father MC said he had more than 30 remixes that had Dave Hollister and had.
Yeah, he said there's 80.
What, Freedom Light?
Yeah, Treat 'em Light, but 80 remixes of it. Said.
Wow,
it's crazy.
Yeah, so
I didn't even know that. I got a call father. Yeah. So I have a conversation with him about all them damn remixes. He didn't tell me that. I'm like, I didn't know that.
I mean, I remember when I think remixes you could get 10 to 15 on a maxi single and stuff like that.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes. Stevie, what's number 6 for you?
I'm just looking at the price of Jacci McGhee's vinyl LP actually on Discogs at the moment. I know in America you can get one for $18 or $15. No, it's in the UK £20 you're paying. In Italy there's one for €20. So I'd say you're looking at $20, £20. That's the value of your album at the moment on vinyl. It's a good price.
That's a good thing if they give me some money, right?
Original, anyway, I'm gonna go with what we're on number 6.
Number 6, yeah.
Again, I love this record. Again, all the remixes at the time, but all the remix. We've just been talking about his Summer Bunnies. You know? I mean, did
the same as me.
Did he have Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince Summertime in mind when he did that record? I don't know.
Right, I'm telling you, that's what I felt too. Stevie, I agree with you.
As label mates, they were label mates. That Summertime in '91 was like one of the biggest records that year. It was the biggest summer record of that year.
Yeah.
It still is to this day. Such a great record, but not so much Summer Bunny. I don't think that stood the test of time as much. I think maybe because of the production sounds on, even though it did sample out. But I do like the record. I do like it. Didn't quite make my top 5, but it's number 6 for me.
Wow.
Okay. Number 6 for me is and I wonder. It's listed as one song, and I will take the one song, and it's "Sex Me." I preferred part 1 to part 2. I preferred part 1 to part 2, and for somebody living in the South during this time, I mean, we were listening to. We had Tag Team and I can't remember the name. 95 South. We had Look at the Girls with the Daisy Dukes. We had all the music in the clubs in the South. And as I said, I was in Alabama. That's the type of the vibe you hear on the radio, as especially "Sex Me" Part 1. That kind of stuff, and that's why I keep getting disappointed with Teddy. Had the sound in '97 on "Make It Last Forever" album, and he also '98 with on the Guy album, and he just abandoned that type of production, that kind of that slow jam stuff, and Devante and R. Kelly and everyone else picked it up, and he never really went back to that type of type of production, which was very much in demand. That kind of heavy bass and the sort of slow down. If you go to a club in the 90s, and especially in Alabama, you had one door in and one door out. God help you if there's anyone trying to bring out a gun. But it would be like, okay, it's the end of the night now. They play on the slow jams, and these were the songs that really got everyone up in the dance floor, because this was their final orders and stuff. So I mean, a man named Hawk is talking about it was the 808s hit different in the South.
Yeah,
it was completely. When I moved to the Midwest in Milwaukee, it was completely not the same. So I missed out about the South. Even LA was not the same, but the South. So "Sex Me" Part 1 was really a massive radio hit as well. Yeah.
And that's your number. That's your number 6.
Yes, that's my number 6. "Sex Me."
Stevie, I think you need to start looking at Namdi a little different, because we know what he was liking in the 90s. we looking at you, Namdi. Oh man. So what we on? Number 5?
Yeah, number 5.
My number 5 is "Seems Like You're Ready." Hey. To go all the way. Come on, Am. Let me say something. Now, okay, so the sexual part of it, to me, of course, like I told you, in the 90s at that time, I was a hottie. I was doing too much. So that song was hot. That's what you wanted to hear when you had your little boo or even when you was by yourself, you know, put you in the mood to call your boo. It was just one of those joints, but it was, you know. Now, would I listen to it now? Yeah, but by myself and not to, you know.
Yeah,
I, no, we ain't trying to get in trouble. But yeah, seems like you're ready. Can I say something real quick about it?
Yeah,
And
you go
I
ahead.
don't want to say anything bad, but it was bad. Kelly, what the hell were you thinking about when you was writing? It seems like you're ready because you know you trying to get us all in trouble with you, bro. That's all I'm saying. No, she wasn't ready. leave her alone. She was 2. She was a baby. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna be quiet now. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, goodness. Okay. I actually do like that song, but
I
Steve,
love that song.
what number 5 for you?
I had 2 tracks that I considered for my number 1 spot, and this one didn't make it. It ended up at number 5, which I don't know why, because as a horny 19-year-old, this track was everything to me. I do kind of cringe at the video now. I'm like, can I actually watch this video anymore? What I will say about this song and relating to what you were saying about the kind of influence it took from it, is this track actually influenced a whole bunch of UK R&B at the time. Some of the UK viewers now might remember a guy called Wayne Marshall, who put a couple of albums out that were like a pound shot version of this. It completely ripped R. Kelly's bump and grind sound off. He just completely ripped it off. The whole look and style of his. Do check out the Wayne Marshall album. I think called his album 90 Degrees and Rising. And then there was another group called Cruise and a guy called Wayne Laws. And a lot of the slow. There was a few bump and grind slow jams on their albums as well, which directly they just ripped off from R. Kelly. So at the time, going into 94, 95, anything that was coming out in the UK R&B wise it just sounded like this. Anyway, and the track that influenced them it was Sex Me. It was Sex Me. Probably, like you say, that slowed.
Yeah. Goodness.
That's how big that record was. I mean, it could have been my number 1. That at the time, that record was.
Did you say Sex Me?
Yeah,
Sex
number
Me.
5 it is, but it could have been number 1. Could have been number 1 for me. This track.
Oh, it could have been number 1. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
Make this track.
I'm looking at you and Namdi different now, but go ahead.
Goodness. Number 5 for me. So what you called Untitled, which was 12 play.
Okay.
Yeah, that's number 5. 'Cause I did like the. It's this. I should keep my notes. I was saying that it was almost like this was him taking them to church with 12 play. It had the organ going, and then he's almost giving a sermon about the album, and that's how I saw 12 play. But I did appreciate it, and I did appreciate the creativity he started to use. So I'm sure later on we saw in the closets, I stopped at 10. I didn't realize that he had chapter 30 or stuff like that. He kept going on and on. But I think 12 play was when he started to think about being, subsequently he goes on and does what's the one with Kelly Price? A Friend of Mine, and then he goes ahead and does his and Download No One Has to Know. Then he does the remixes for the Isley Brothers. And so that sense of let me dialogue, let me talk through the records. And 12 play was one of the first times Clean Music Lover says the 10 Commandments of Love. Yeah. So 12 play at number 5. Yeah. 12 play was straight church. It was, if you listen to it, dude, it wasn't him doing a sermon, a church sermon.
My God. Yeah.
Jackie, what's number 4 for you?
On a freaky album, but anyway. Okay, my number 4 is For You. I love that song.
Okay.
And
Oh,
he sounds so much.
girl, I knew my
Yeah.
you need.
Hey, mm, that, that is beautiful. I'll be there for you. What? It's true. Oh my gosh, that was my head. But it
He doesn't. Does he not
he
sound like
sounds
Aaron?
just like Aaron on that song. That's probably why I love it because I'm a Aaron is my brother. Plus, I was on the road with Guy, and I was singing duet with Aaron. Um, the song that Tammy did, and
Goodbye,
Teddy
love.
asked me to come out on the road and sing the duet with Aaron. But Aaron's voice is incredible. So
Yeah.
when I did hear, R. Kelly come out and he was mimicking him. Now, don't get me wrong, Aaron took a lot from what's
Charlie.
my boy from
Charlie Wilson.
Charlie Wilson. Yes, he took a lot from Charlie. So, you know, we can't say that Aaron didn't get his thing from somebody either. But when Aaron came out, he still had his own. He sound like Charlie, but then he had his own sound. But R. Kelly on For You sounds just like Aaron.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. The
he sounds
like, yeah.
just like Aaron.
Yeah, and even the backgrounds. You have women singing on the background. It's the only track. It's almost like that's why I said it was almost like let's chill. He took the guy out that Future album, and the whole females. So if you listen to it, it has females singing in the background, and he doesn't do that with any of the other songs. He probably and on the R Kelly album, he changes the background because normally he was doing the backgrounds for all his albums. We switched it. But when I listen to For You, it is, it's not word for word let's chill, but it gave me that. It was almost like inspired by it, and the fact that it was sounding the intonations like Aaron, not even Stevie or Charlie, but really much taking what Aaron was doing. And I remember what Damien, when I interviewed Damien, he says, look, Aaron probably could have seen it, even though R. Kelly was taking this down. You don't run from it. You probably should have gone and says, okay, let's do some stuff together. That's how Michael Jackson does. It's like, oh, this is a new big thing. Usher, let me do so. Come and dance with me. Oh, you're the Justin Timberlake. Let me. Michael goes and sees. Oh, you're doing stuff. When I'm doing a show, I want you guys to come on. So I want you to show that
Right.
I'm the boss, and I know that you're trying to be like me, and I'll let you dance around me, and then that's it. Then you're almost like subservient to them, and I think that's what Damon said, that Aaron probably could have just said, okay, where I'm right now, I'm the bigger name. Come, let's do a duet or let's do a song and embrace him like his little brother.
It would have made a lot of
He would
sense.
have,
You're
yeah.
right.
Then when
He
you
both.
almost trying to go head to head, and R. Kelly had the machine behind him, and unfortunately, I think MCA and Silas Records, I didn't think they did. I think I didn't. They had too many artists to be able to really
Yep,
support Aaron the same way Jive was available for.
they did. They did, which they should have pushed Aaron, of course, bigger than R. Kelly to me. But you got that whole inside. But for you and Let's Chill, you couldn't do at a wedding. To me, you could sing For You at a wedding, and especially at brown people's weddings. We like stuff like that, and I think that could be sung at a wedding. Yeah, you need to love me. It's so beautiful to me. Let's Chill is not no song. Let's Chill. That's the booty song. Let's come on. Let's lay down. We're gonna get this popping. But for you, I felt like it could be sung at a wedding, and that's what I loved about it. But go ahead, John. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's
Go
good.
ahead, go
It's
ahead.
good. I appreciated it. I think it's just and the fact that Kelly VIP mentioned that it was recorded in '91 kind of gave me the sense that actually it was his. He was trying to do that, but some would say it could have been better. Others might say that it was for me once I heard the source material, which was less chill, which people prefer as one of Guy's biggest tracks. I just felt that it was a different take. But R. Kelly's very inspirational with his stuff. You know, he went on and did "I Believe I Can Fly" and "I Wish" and "Gotham City" and all this stuff. So he shows that he actually could do some inspirational stuff if he needed to. Yes. Okay.
Beautiful.
Stevie, what about you?
My number 4 is, and I have mentioned this in the podcast already. It's more like the production sound, which that sound went on to. If some of you heard a year later, the Men at Large did a track called "Let's Talk About It." There's a remix. The remix is an absolute killer. Again, remixed by Peter Mockran, and it sounds like this. Just sounds like this track. Or it seems like you're ready. It's just that. It's just a killer track. This killer bump and grind type ballad. Seems like you're ready.
Yeah.
Just the intricacies of the production in the background. And again, search for Peter Mockran remixes on Discogs for you hardcore R&B heads out there. You'll love all them mixes that he did in production. I think he did one for Michael Bolton as well. He did a remix for Michael Bolton, which just sounded like this track. They all sound like this track to be got all the mixes. So,
yeah. I mean, I think it seems that you're ready. That became the blueprint of some of his remixes, like "Anytime, Anywhere" and "Down Low." Any of the stuff he did with
Changing Faces remix as well. Remember the Changing Faces remix? Just like again, all had that.
So I think So normally you stumble across a sound that just hits differently, and you said, "Okay, that's
Stroke You Up." That was it. Stroke You Up.
Yeah,
that was massive at the time. Huge track. Damn, memories flooding back.
Number 4 for me is this was I think this was just going through the album here, and it was the 3rd single released. I think at the time, I think back when the album came out, I appreciated the song a lot more, but it sounds not as much now. Your body's calling. Somebody sampled. I think it was Biggie Smalls. "You're Wise Enough to Know." I think he sampled that on one of his albums. That part of "You're wise enough to know that you're bad." I think somebody sampled that part of the album. Somebody will know who sampled on. I think it was Biggie, and also, and I don't know which song. I can't remember what song it was, but I think, as I said, in the South, these types of songs. Production with the kind of stuff. Yeah. So
Yes.
That's my number 4.
Wow. Wow.
Right.
We going to number 3?
Number 3, yes.
My number 3 is the same as your number 4. Body calling for you. Hey. It's like you said, in the South. Oh my gosh, that song was crazy, and again, the sexual part of it, the sexual part of the songs. You know, it's where when you in your 20s, and you know that's the nonsense you thinking about, and you put those songs on, and they get you in trouble. R. Kelly, you know, he in trouble. He got a lot of babies out of wedlock. And I know "Make It Last Forever" is probably right behind him with the babies out of wedlock, but I'm gonna tell him I ain't had nothing to do with it. I ain't had nothing to do with that. But yeah, Your Body's Calling. It made a lot of babies. I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah, goodness, yeah, but yeah, okay. Stevie, wow, I'm surprised that 3 people really rated for you. This is Mac and Ezekiel. They both had it at number 3. So that's
it's a class track. It is a very classy track.
Yeah.
You know.
So that's definitely
That was almost my number one, actually. So I agree with them on number threes for that,
Yeah.
for you. Yeah.
Okay. Stevie, what about you? What's number 3 for you?
I mean, I was debating putting this a lot higher up because the opening 2 lines of it, I do feel very, very uncomfortable listening to it now. But back then, it was everything. But can I sing it? I don't know.
Go ahead, sing it, Stevie. Sing it, Stevie.
I'll do an Andrew Knight. My mind's telling me no, but my body. I can't. It's just oh dear. My mind is telling me no,
Well,
but my body is telling me yes.
this is actually the best you've sang because you were as on key as possible. So we know what the song is because most times when Stevie sings, it's like completely off key. You're like, no idea what song. But this time,
You don't know
I
what he's
must
saying,
say,
right?
you got it. I knew the song. You hit it. So okay, pumping ground. Okay.
But I am
That was
very,
good.
very,
That was good.
very uncomfortable now listening to those opening lines because of what we all know is behind it. I find it's just hard, tough going. You know what I mean? But it's a mega song, mega
Yeah.
song. It's number 3 for me, mega song.
Yeah. And as I mentioned, that particular track, it didn't. It was the second track released, and it wasn't doing too much because I used to read Billboard magazine. They actually, it wasn't online, so you actually go to a record store twice a week to read Billboard, see what's
Read it.
going on. So
Mhm.
I was so addicted. So I'll check the charts and everything, and it was slowly. Then the remix comes out, and all of a sudden just becomes. It's hard to describe what it's like. And I was living in the South at that time, and it just blew up. And I said, and they didn't really do. They didn't rush and do a new video, but it was just the song hit so hard. And as I said, that was my prerogative effect, where the song just takes the album, just takes its travel. So yeah,
Mhm.
so that's definitely a good one. Number 3 for me will surprise a lot of you guys. Sadie.
Wow.
Man, good. No,
Yes.
I agree.
Sadie.
Wow.
Maybe because maybe because I know the difference it made for him when his mom died, his whole trajectory. He gets signed, his mom dies around 93, and he gets signed around that time, and then things just take a different direction. Just, there's no one protecting him, and he just becomes this, the labels, everyone takes advantage of him. So I'm listening to the song, and he didn't write it, so he's very rare that he sings a song that he doesn't write. But it felt really powerful and sincere, and it was different. And I was like, wow, this is really touching and inspirational. And I know he did dedicate it to his mom and born into the 90s, but I think this one felt. If I could feel it, that he was actually really passionate about what he was singing about. And I was actually surprised that he didn't write it because it felt fitting, it felt genuine. So yeah, it was always going to be my top 3. Where it was going to sit did not. I knew it was going to be in my top 3, but yeah, Sadie at number 3. Yeah.
That's a good number 3, Namdi. That's a good number 3.
Yes.
Yeah. So what are we going to? Number 2. My number 2 is your number 3. I thought that Sadie, first of all, Sadie didn't fit on that album, but like you said, him losing his mom, and dedicating that song to his mother was the most heartfelt. We know the song from when it was done. Who did it? The Spinners, right?
Yeah, there's a
The
Spinners.
Spinners did it. And when the Spinners did it, we loved it. I loved it, growing up. I loved that song. And when R. Kelly did it, I thought he did a great version of it. and it was very heartfelt. I just thought it was dope. I really thought it was dope, and it definitely moved me, and I still didn't think that it fit on this whole sexual album, but because it's like, Ma, can you forgive me? Mommy, I apologize because I just did a whole nasty record, and then I'm mourning you. I'm mourning you. But yeah, that was my number 2.
But the thing about it, Jackie, back in the 90s, you have Blackstreet singing stuff, and then they'll have the Lord is Real at the end. We had R&B artists who would do all this stuff. Even our rap artists would come and do I think DMX would do it. Okay, God, talk to God at the end. So
it's like we do all our dirt, and then at the end of it, we want to give the Most High all his praise. He's like, I'm not in none of that nonsense that y'all doing. Don't be trying to put me in it because you want to say thank you to me at the end. I don't have nothing to do with that. You know what I mean?
I think, where was it on the album? Let me just see where it was on the track listing. It was number 10. So he did after that. He did "Sex Me" and "12 Play," but I just felt that actually it gave the album some balance, and it gave the album some. It made me just listen to him and feel for him.
Yeah,
knowing what he's gone through subsequently, and knowing that, like Kanye West, the moment Kanye's mom passed away, he went off the rail as well. And there's something about a strong mother figure who helped ground these geniuses, and without them around, other people came in, and the rest is history. So yeah. Okay, so Stevie.
I'll just read a few credits that might surprise a few people. Surprise me. Guitar on, what does it say? Bobby Broom played guitar on Your Body's Calling, and Michael J. Powell, the Michael J. Powell on For You. Also Keith Henderson on Sadie. I mean, if it's the Mike, you're talking about Michael J. Powell, the guy who he produced for Anita Baker, didn't he? Wrote and produced.
Michael J. Powell. Did he? He might. Yeah, I think you're right. I'm not sure. That name sounds familiar with one of the ones.
I didn't even realize that. Anyway, we're at number 2, aren't we? This was a big DJ play back then in my city. Got played at a lot of the pirate radio stations at the time, and also the R&B club nights that I go to. I think this was the only. I think after this, did R. Kelly rap on any other albums after this album? Because this album's got him rapping on it. I don't think the last album.
Back and forth.
That was Leo. I'm talking about any of his solo. Yeah.
No. Did he not rap? I think he did a little rapping on the R. Kelly album, but not the same way.
The way he raps on this, you just would not have the tone of his rapping. I think this is the only track that you will hear him sounding like that. But the chorus is a killer. The chorus. It's Hold Me Love a Friend, might surprise a few of you. It's made it to number 2 for me.
What?
I tell you what, in my city, this was a big DJ turntable hit. Got played a lot. Some of you DJs out there will know what I'm talking about. You probably would have played this a lot. Hold me, love a friend. Hold me, love a
Here
friend.
we go. Okay.
The beat and the bass on it and that wow sound underneath the singing. I think it's a great track back then.
I love Hold Me Love a Friend. I love this song.
Hold Me Love a Friend.
Is that R. Kelly rapping?
That was his proper street R&B track, that, for me. Club Jam.
Here we go. Yeah.
R. Kelly rapping on it.
Yeah, but
that's R. Kelly. I never knew who that was rapping. And I was like, I like that rap.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He didn't do that after this album.
No. I mean, they said he did a lot. Yeah, he did a lot of rapping on a lot of different albums. So they've just been naming so many of them. So
wow.
There says in the UK that was a big site. It was.
Wow, I'm shocked. I am shocked that that got in. Okay, Number 2 for me, Stevie has already sung it, and Pump and Grind is at number 2. As I would say again, I remember when it came out, I didn't think too much of it until the remix just took over the airwaves in Alabama and around the country. And it was the sound that he would the keyboards and the slowing it down. I don't know. There's some things I can understand when a song blows up or remake. I couldn't understand why this blew up. The same way I didn't understand why Prerogative blew up. And when I talk about blowing up, it means that it's crossed over to the pop charts, and the pop charts are like, oh, we like this. Because every artist would tell you that the Black division would come in and say, okay, we're going to go after all the urban markets and that's it. And we don't take you to the pop charts because even though that's the bigger market, we don't think they would like to play your stuff. I don't know what happened, what was signed up that this was sent to the pop charts, but it was loved and appreciated, and it blew up. And so I listened to it and I'm thinking, but why did this blow up? So that's always my big mystery, is why this song blew up as it did. As good as it was, but it's hard to understand the music market in the US back then and how it blew up. But it was definitely a change and shift in him. And that's when he decided, I don't need to be Aaron anymore.
Right.
If you listen to him after this, he didn't sound like Aaron anymore. He had his own style.
He had his own style. That's right.
You'd had people like Avant sounding like R. Kelly, and people then taking the R. Kelly style. So yeah. So that's number 2 for me. So before we get to number 10 and number 1, so Jackie, do you want to go from 10? Do you 10 down to 1?
Okay, so I'm doing 10 to my 1. My number 10 was 12 Play. Number 9, Freak That Body. Number 8, Back to the Hood of Things. Number 7, wait. What was my number 7? Homie Lover Friend. My number 6 was Summer Bunnies. My number 5 was Seems Like You're Ready. My number 4 was For You. My number 3, Your Body Calling. My number 2 was Sadie. And my number 1 is the one you just said. I don't know why it blew up, but all I know, and I'm going to tell you why I think that it blew up. Because everybody on the planet can identify with my mind's telling me no, but my body telling me yes. I don't want to hurt nobody. But it's something I must confess. I don't see nothing wrong. Hey, with a little bump and grind. Everybody can relate to that. I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. Because, everybody in their minds, they, we're going to get in trouble. We're not going to get in trouble. It's just a little bit of bumping and grinding. That's it. We can. I was about to get nasty. I had to come back. I was about to say something and I can't say it. Forgive me. To the people, I know y'all grown, but there's a lot of people out there that was, they didn't see anything wrong with bumping and grinding, even with your clothes on. That's all I want to say. So it's universal. But that's my number 1. I'm with you, Stevie. My mind is telling me no, but my body's telling me yes.
Like I say, that urge gets us all in trouble at some point, doesn't it? It really does.
Trouble.
Good. Stevie, do you want to go from 10 to 1?
I go from 12 actually. I picked.
Okay.
I put Freak That Body at number 12.
Okay.
I think that I'm not sure that really sounds that good now. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Number 11, I got 12 Play. I originally had it in at number 9, but I've moved I Like the Crotch on You there. Number 10 was Sadie. That could have been a lot. I mean, now that'd be a lot higher up, but back then it'd be the last track I'd play. But now it would be a top 5. It's a fantastic record. Number 9, I Like the Crotch on You. Number 8, Back to the Things. Number 7, For You, could have been a lot higher up. Number 6, The Fun Summer Bunnies. Number 5, Sex Me. Going back to my horny teenager days, Number 4, It Seems Like You're Ready. Number 3, Bump and Grind. There it is. Number 2, Hold Me Love a Friend. My DJing memories of going out back then, just so strong. And number 1, I'm sorry, this is an all-time night. This is a 90s classic, and it has stood the test of time. It's one of his best songs ever. One of his best songs ever, and it's Your Body's Calling, without doubt. Number 1 track on this album.
We'll give you that. That was a good number 1. That was a good number 1.
Great.
We give you that.
Just, I'll never tire of listening to that record. It's been on many compilations, R&B compilations. It is a 90s classic.
Okay. Well,
it is.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go from my
Quality time.
number 12 is Freak That Body. Number 11 is Homie Love a Friend. Number 10 is Back to the Hood of Things. Number 9 is I Like the Crouch on You. Number 8 is For You. Number 7 is Summer Bodies. Number 6 is Sex Me Part 1. Part 2 wasn't bad. Number 5 was 12 Play. Number 4 was Your Body's Calling. Number 3, Sadie. 2 was Pump and Grind. And number 1, as soon as I heard it, I'm like, okay, this. I just, when I finish an album, sometimes there's like songs that I need to go back to. He says, temperatures rising, and your body's yearning for me.
Wow.
So it seems like you're ready.
Wow, I didn't think you'd pick that.
To go all the way, and then the keyboard stops. The little, the keyboards that. Oh goodness, I'm like, this was him. Like, oh, this is my sound, and he took that sound to the R. Kelly album, to the R album, and to T8. I just love that track from this album. All-time favorite song on this album. I didn't do it justice singing it, but it's just the fact that, just to go. It's the production on it as well. It is the production on it as well. I just
with your vocals.
And Robert S. Kelly wrote the track by himself, but yeah, definitely one of my favorites of him on this album. And yes. Okay.
That's a good number 1. R. Kelly probably had a whole bunch of little youngins playing that, so they can get the little chicks ready. They're like, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to play this record, and you just tell me if you want to go along with this or not.
What about you're young, but you're not...
I was going to say, Steve Sweat. He right on it. He was before R. Kelly with You May Be Young, but You're Ready to learn. You're not a little girl, but you're a woman. I some background on that. I think I'm in trouble too with the Most High. I think I might be in trouble for that. Father, I was just trying to.
You were singing along as did you know what was going on when he was...
You know what? I didn't even think about the lyrics to that song until like maybe 2 years ago. When did R. Kelly get in trouble? That's when I started listening to everybody's records. Like, yo, what are we singing? That's when I never paid attention. No lie, I never paid attention to You May Be Young, but You're Ready. There's a right and a wrong way.
Right.
Never paid any attention to the lyrics, and we sung that all over the place, all over the state, all over, we traveling and we doing shows everywhere. Never paid any attention to it until R. Kelly got in trouble. And I was like, yo, I saw background on it. Man, you may be young, but you're ready. You started ready to learn. You're not a little girl, but I was like, yo, we in trouble. I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, but no,
But
we've also spoken about Belle Biv DeVoe, backstage, underage, adolescent.
underage, adolescent.
Yeah, yeah. Or even when
Oh,
any heartbreak, all of the songs. I think Belle Biv DeVoe's Poison album, all of the stuff. Will Smith, parent don't understand. She was 13-year-old runaway. I mean,
you're right.
yeah, but that's
Singing a whole bunch of shenanigans.
yeah. So, so it's important for people to recognize that actually we can go through a forensic comb because R. Kelly's in prison. But everybody was doing and singing and doing all this stuff, Belle Biv DeVoe and all this stuff. Now I don't know what was happening in the industry where they were going after these teenage girls, these guys, and
Right.
singing about them. And we were I was in high school stuff, so you sing along, not a thought about it. So it was difficult when we did.
Well, you got to remember the singers themselves were either in the teens or early 20s. They were young as well.
Yeah.
Not
They were young, but some of them were hiding their ages.
Yeah.
Some of them were hiding their ages. And they were older.
They weren't old men here singing about young girls. They were, around the age then when they were actually singing this.
Yeah, I mean, look at he was saying "Calling Me Bad" sang nasty lyrics, but when I interviewed Brian from "Calling Me Bad," he said they were church boys. They were. They came out of the church. They were really serious, and then when they had them sing the stuff, it was really hard for them. But they just threw them into the stuff. Like "Sex You Up" was really hard for them because they were praying before they went going to Bible studies. The throw of them. So for them to do stuff like that, but that's how they get you. So yeah. But anyway.
Have you doing a whole bunch of demon music?
Rhymes.
Get you in trouble.
The lyrics for doom
At
music.
some point, we're gonna have to do Jackie. We're gonna have to do Keith Sweat's second album.
Okay, I'm in. I'm
That track, the track you sang on, was it cheating? I knew you were cheating.
You knew you were cheating.
Oh my, your vocal on that is just it's undefeated, Jackie. It's undefeated.
Oh, thank you, Stevie.
You could hear in the background. I'm like, I'm keeling over on the chair here. I'm like, let's go.
But it was, it wasn't even a lot on that record. It wasn't a lot of vocals. I thought that we would do more.
What is there is, it really hits you hard. Really,
yeah, it does.
You
it
really
does.
feel the song when you sing on what you sing on.
Thank you.
Yeah, but you mentioned, Jackie, that this was when you fell out with both Keith and Teddy for not working on your debut album.
Yeah, I was so pissed with them. I didn't even know what to do with myself. And to this day, I love both of them. To pieces. Teddy, I talk to more, of course. I don't really talk to Keith, but if Keith called me tomorrow or what vice versa, I would be like, "What's up? What's good?" Whatever, because I still have love for them. But back then I was young and I didn't understand what nobody was going through and them fighting over a chick or whatever it was. I didn't even know. But I was really upset that they didn't, do my album together because it would have been the album would have been bananas if Teddy and Keith both.
Teddy behind in production, but then you had to have dealt with Gene trying to take a percentage of.
No, I mean, you know what? To be honest, Gene, I never had a problem with Gene, so that was that was Teddy. You got to work that out with Gene, but I never had a problem with Gene. Gene was always sweet to me, treated me wonderful. He always wanted to manage me. He was like, "Jackie, you're a star. Jackie, you're a star." But I love Gene. Gene was Gene. Like, I told you when we had our band, we were 19 years old, and we used to rehearse in Harlem, 145th Street, in one of them after hour spots. You got a room, people sniffing cocaine, playing cards. They gambling, all kind of stuff. But Gene was like, make sure you take care of them while they there. Don't let nothing happen. So, I always had a lot of respect for Gene, even when I was singing with Guy. If I ain't get all my money, I call Gene. Gene, they ain't pay me my money. I ain't get all my money. He's like, pay Jackie your money. Y'all better give Cause Gene was my dog. Like, I love Gene Griffin. I don't think it would have been a big deal, with Teddy doing the record. And like I said, I really wish that the two of them, stayed together to do my record. But stuff happens for a reason. So,
oh, Jackie, that reminds me. We're getting. I don't know if you remember this guy, and I kind of bring him up in podcasts because we've not secured an interview with him yet. But I'm getting very close because I've been talking to one of his best friends, a guy called Zan Aquart. Do you remember him at the time?
Zan. Ooh, that name sounds familiar.
It's like, I feel like it's an episode of Star Wars with Luke Skywalker. This and Obi-Wan Kenobi. When Obi-Wan Kenobi goes, yeah, I remember that name. Sorry, I'm just going away.
Yeah, I remember that name too.
Yeah, Zan. He made an album on Warner Brothers that Teddy produced.
So he wrote.
He wrote for Basic Black.
Kind of fool for Basic Black.
And Today wrote for Today.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you would have been around him at the time, but we'll try to get an interview with him. He's quite reclusive, apparently, but we just trying to get his story. I don't know if you ever met him. You know
what? Maybe I can hit up Bub and see if Bub have his little.
Bub will remember him.
Have numbers because Bub know everybody. Big Bub know everybody. He remember and know everybody. That's my other brother.
Do you still have anything coming out? As we come to the end of this, do you have anything that we need to bring you back for any music or?
My music just be all over the place. My music be all over the place. So right now we have a single coming out. I think it's the 8th of January, but it's from a movie called The Conspiracists with an S at the end, and it's a mockumentary comedy. Herb Middleton did the soundtrack for it, and Herb and I and Chris, one of the executive producers, we did Uwe together. Uwe is like you said, because Namdi heard it. It's like a doo-wop record. It's definitely a doo-wop record. It's for the movie. I think if they push it, it probably could do okay. Somewhere. It's a cute song. It's a cutesy song. But that's not Jacci McGhee. That's not. That's me having fun, and but that's not me. That's me doing this with them. But we're gonna put out something soon. I guess soon. We're actually working on another. Well, Reese is working on remix for No More. And he took it back to the 70s, and it's kind of dope. So I might put a remix out for No More, and then Herb wanted to do this. He loves Riches of the World, and he did this remix recently that actually is nice. So we're working on that. We was working on that today, and then I'm gonna do a duet with this guy. So. We would spotlight and a duet with the guy, and then maybe Riches of the World remix that Herb does, and then the No More remix. Maybe we'll just try to get to do something else with Reese. We'll put it maybe just on an EP and see what happens. I just can't get it together, y'all. That's
fine.
I can't get it together.
Once the video is ready to be released, then I will definitely have to push it and play it so it's a doo-wop song, but in a way I listened to it and I remembered when Blackstreet did the Rugrats stuff, and it felt different from what they did, but it was effective. And so for this particular show that's going to be on Amazon, I think it will definitely hit the audience. So when the video is ready to be pushed out, then yeah, we'll definitely let us know.
Yeah,
And
it's coming. I think January 8th. So I'll shoot it to you. You
yeah,
already know.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I did love the Rugrats. Take Me Back. I love that.
It reminded me of that. But hey, we haven't rated the 12 play album out of 10. So, Jackie, out of 10, what would you give the album?
10. Is 10 the highest that it can get?
Yeah.
10.
Oh, wow.
10.
Okay. Stevie, what would you give the 12 play album?
I would have given it a 10, but I'm going to knock a few points off for some of the crass lyrics now.
Crash.
I'll give it a 9, a 9.4, 9.4.
Okay.
That's Stevie.
He's up there with it. It's one of the the better albums of the 90s. Definitely up there.
I would give it compared to subsequent R. Kelly albums, as I said, the R album and T2 12 Play 2 and the R. Kelly album, which I do prefer better because I think the sounding he locked in. So I'll give it a 7. And that's, yeah, because I think subsequently he went on and just the albums. If I was doing the R. Kelly album or the R. Kelly album, both of them would be 9s and 10s for me, just because he knew what he wanted to do. He knew his sound, and he did more of the songs than I don't skip. I think I skipped. I didn't like the rap in this early part, and I think, and so that's why if this was. And it's, as I said, I'm rating it based on how much I like his other stuff. And even at the time, he has a nice, good song. So I gave it a 7. But
I mean, if you look at it at the time that it came out,
you give it a 7.
Yeah, he gave it a 7. Now I'm like, that's low. That's low, Mandy.
I keep telling you guys that I don't know why Pump and Grind blew up. It wasn't a revolutionary song, so I'm shocked that the song blew up. Now it seems like it already became his signature sound for his remixes for other people, like and also and subsequently he stayed in that lane. So that is why I'm rating it based on what I heard after him. At the time, I had the album, but I never understood why it blew up. But I preferred his later albums, the 90s albums. I'm
going to wait for the comments tomorrow afternoon. I'm getting absolutely roasted for giving it a 10.
Yeah, everyone is surprised, but it's the thing about this is that because what happens is, like next on Sunday, we'll listen to the album, and then we'll start to rate it. And so I'm listening for it today, and I'm thinking about it today. Then I'm also trying to remember back when I was in '93 when I was listening to it, and I can appreciate it. But if you notice that on the album, I had at number 12, "Freak That Body." I had number 11, "Home We Love a Friend." Back to the Hood of Things, and I like the Crouching You. So those type of tracks I wasn't too fond of.
I can understand that.
And knocked it down. And you notice my number 1 song is his ballads, like Seems Like You're Ready, Pump and Grind, 80, Your Body's Calling, and 12 Playing Sex. So it was like the top half, the top 6 songs, loved them, but I wasn't as much of fun as the bottom one. So then all of a sudden that then influences how I rated the album and stuff like that. So
that makes sense. But I rate records as if it's more than 5 joints on it that could be number 1s. Like
Is that how
That's
you
a
do it?
top 10. That's a type 10 record for me. If you got at least, if you got 10 songs on the album or 12 songs on the album and 6 of them can be, they can be single #1 joints. That makes top 10 records
Oh,
for me.
yeah. But if
That's
you
how
think,
I see it. Because I don't go by, what somebody's copying off of at the time or whatever, because I know that with music, everybody mimics
mm,
whatever to make it work for them. And if it's hot, it's hot. And I felt like R. Kelly did mimic a lot of stuff, but I still, like I said, for you, could be played at a wedding. But
mhm.
the Let's Chill can't. So I just rate him for what if you got 6 joints that's out of here. I'm like, okay, the record is top 10.
Oh, is that how you do it? No, Make It Last Forever is a 10 out of 10. The Guy debut album is a 10 out of 10. Thriller it's a 10 out of 10. Um, the Bobby album is probably, as much as that's one of my favorites, probably too many songs on it. If you're taking 6 songs, if you take 4 songs out of it, probably will give it a 10 out of 10, but I might be give it as an 8, even though so yeah, but but by no means, as I said, as an album, even at the time, the top 6 songs I put in there really, really rate them. But then if I'm skipping too many tracks, it's then I yeah, it's that's yeah, but yeah, so that's the only reason why. But yeah, it'll be interesting going forward.
Well,
So
I
yeah,
think you do, to be fair, Namdi, you do make a point about some of them tracks. I mean, to me, Freak That Body and I Like the Crotch on You, they're not. I mean, really, I might even drop it to a 9. I might even drop my rate to a 9, even 8.5 here, because them tracks they're not great at it. You do make a point.
He's right.
I mean, back then, it's a 10 out of 10. This album, when back then when I'm 19 and listening, this is a 10 out of 10. 2026. When you put Thriller up there, like you say, and them other album, it's not a 10 out of 10. But
Yeah.
it's
Now
still,
you got me when you drop mine back.
I'm still rating it with a 19-year-old in my head, and
okay.
so it's still a high album for me. It's still a 8,
Yeah.
9, 9.5 for me.
Yeah,
But
I
those
think
songs don't stand some of them tracks don't
Stand
stand
the time, test the time. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, if I'm like, I
That's how
would say
back in
7 with Nambi. I would say 7 with you if I rated it today. I would say 7. I might say 6.
But if you think about it, so Clean Music Lover says Control album. That's still a classic because it's not too many songs on it, and they took their time and every almost like they did Thriller, making sure every song
Song
as
was popping.
was,
Mm-hmm.
was pop. And I think that why I didn't like Dangerous too much was because they had just too many songs that just were average. And so generally when I'm listening to an album, it's like too many songs on there. Then it brings it down because I've got to skip and I have to manage the song until I get to the next one. And so then I start to it then makes it's very rare. As I said, Make It Last Forever. I don't skip. There was a time what was that last the Don't Stop Your Love, and that was a bias because Teddy didn't produce it. So but he did some additional production, but he didn't produce it. So I used to just say, well, anything that Teddy didn't do, I don't rate it. I've learned to change from that. But it's just the fact that too many songs, can really kill an album. And I think that model of let's just make it the best album.
If you dropped, let's say you dropped 2 tracks off this album, it's just 10 tracks. What would you give it then?
I would say that if you gave it a 10, if you gave it 8 albums, so the tracks that I would drop off: Homie Lover Friend, Back to the Hood of Things, Freak That Body. Even if you just kept the top 8, so that's so if I took away I Like the Crouching You, Back to the Hood of Things, Homie Lover Friends, and Freak That Body. So those top 8, which had For You, Summer Body, Sex Me, 12 Play, Your Body.
It's an 8 out of 10, isn't it, Nandi?
If you had those 8 songs, I would give it a 9.
I don't think you can give this album a 7. I think it's stronger than a 7. It is minimum. I think this album minimum's an 8. Minimum 8 out of 10. You're talking about this. It's a classic of. It is a classic of that year.
Stevie,
I know what you're saying about them tracks, Namdi, but it is a classic. I mean, dare I say, if he passed away tomorrow, this would be. People would say this is a
oh
classic.
my gosh,
It
would feel like Eminem's.
A 90s classic, not Thriller, but it would be a 90s.
Yeah,
I think Kevin's harsh. I think you've been a bit harsh there, Namdi. You've got 8 tracks there. You've got 8 tracks there that you think are very, very strong. I think you should give it an 8 out of 10, Namdi. We get roasted tomorrow, mate.
So we had the albums of '93. We had 12 Play. We had Tony Braxton's debut album. We had Janet's album. Mariah Carey's Music Box. Sons of Soul by Tony. I probably would rate higher. Diary of a Madman by Jodeci, I probably would rate higher. Tevin Campbell's I'm Ready. They just had a few songs on there. For the Cool in You by Babyface. Everything by Joe. Mint Condition. Escape. So they had a number of different albums that came out. But I just feel that it's, as I said, and it's very hard because I prefer the R. Kelly album more than this, and then I love the R album. I probably just played it. It became harder. I'm listening to it.
What's going on outside? I'm like, what's going on outside? Somebody got motorcycles in the morning.
He's escaped from prison. He's rushing over now because he's mad. He's mad at these ratings. Mad at rushing over.
Yeah. Well, we had Intro's album. I think we had Aaron Hall's album as well. Brian McKnight's debut album. That was an 8 or 9 out of 10 for me. Brian McKnight's debut album.
That's a snooze fest now.
Yeah, so you can tell the difference.
That's a snooze fest, that, mate.
Brian McKnight's debut album, I'll probably give that an 8.5. But anyway, we appreciate you guys for sticking with us. As I said,
tons of comments tonight. Everyone who's joined us tonight, we really appreciate it.
We appreciate everyone.
All the comments dropping in, all the conversations going in tonight have been amazing.
Yeah, as I said, it's always about celebrating the music and not the drama. It is about the music, and that's the thing that we've been doing, and we'll continue to do. Is just celebrate these artists, the music, and appreciate genius and talent. And guess what? And as they say in the gay bars of San Francisco, my mind's telling me no. My body's telling me yes.
Did he say in San Francisco?
Well,
San Francisco.
He's going on holiday somewhere soon. So
I'm so done with you, Stevie.
Okay, guys. So we appreciate everyone. We are done for today. Yes, we will see you guys, as I said, next week with VJ and Night and subsequent times. But keep celebrating music, and we'll see you guys later. We always appreciate you, Jack, when you bring.
Y'all, I love you guys. We'll do another one soon.
Yes, definitely. Yes,
Stevie said the Keith Sweat second album. We'll do that one.
Gotta do it.
Okay. See you guys.
See ya.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that kind of.
Somewhere in between us,
or even loving us, on which I did miss you.
What was it like growing up?
she's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple of pieces.
Trying to get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me,
No. Okay.
They don't understand what Jodeci's voice meant in all spirits.
Play it.